All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. We'll start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechak Kodash, which is the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh, Bahashem is in the name. Yahweh Shai, that's who the world will ignorantly call Jesus Christ. The Rechak Kodash is the Holy Spirit in the Paleo Hebrew tongue. It is Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who do teach and rule well according to the scriptures. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. I had a quick one I want to go into through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. You know, just based on knowing a man by his fruit. You know, because hey man, when it comes to fruit being produced, just in general, you know, it takes a little time for that fruit to be produced and to know whether that fruit was produced on good ground, you know, stony ground, you know, as Mark 4 says, and I believe I'm gonna get that, you know, because hey, if you look at just certain fruit trees, just in general, you know, some of them can take up to 7 years. You know, I believe a pear tree, it takes up to like 7 years. You know, certain apple trees can take up to like 4 years, cherry trees, you know, so on and so forth, you know. So it's not always first appearance when it comes to a man and his fruit. That's why we're not quick to just up and give a guy praise just because he woke up to the fact that he's an Israelite, you know. He could be one of those seeds, you know, that was planted, you know, on thorny ground, you know, stony ground, you know, where the word, you know, he was pretty much just meant to hear the word, you know, because the scriptures talk about many are called, but few are chosen, you know. Hey, when it comes to, that's why trees, certain fruit trees are so precious, because they have that longevity, you know. And that's what that's what this truth is about, you know. The scriptures speak about those that are endurance to the end, you know. Those same will be saved, you know. That's why we go out and we do it the way we do it, because hey man, we looking to produce, you know, a good fruit at the end of the day, you know. Hey, that's why the scriptures liken the elect unto the first fruits, you know. And why is that? Because they stood instant. I did a lesson on that yesterday, you know, about the being instant, in season and out of season. That way your fruit can produce, you know. But hey man, hey, there's some guys out there too, you know, where their fruit, you know, hey, they've had the longevity, but they growing they growing wild clusters, you know. Hey, look at what has produced from One West, you know. We have of course, you know, GMS, you know. Yeah man, you got IUIC, you got Captain Tazariak, you know, not Captain Tazariak, what's his head's name? It slips my mind right now. General Yohana, which I think he split off from General. But anyway, you know, but hey, you see an influx of where, you know, seeds were planted in different kind of ground, you know, and now you see like some good fruit being produced. And this is all parabolic in the sense of how I'm using it. And that's why Yahweh Shai that's why he talked to the disciples in parabolic form, because hey man, if you know, you know, you know. Because hey man, it's given unto certain men to understand the mysteries, you know. But hey man, like going back to the One West situation, you know, hey man, just even talking about longevity. It's a lot if I'm a little all over the place, you know. There's a lot of directions you could take this topic, you know. But just even, you know, when the the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, you know, when they had they time when nobody was coming in, you know, but they still held fast instant in season and out of season. I believe it was from like 96 to like 2006, and then 2007, man. Hey man, this thing bust wide open, you know. And then you look at 2024, hey man, shit, you got all kind of Israelites all over the place, you know, good and bad, you know. But it was all for prophecy's sake, you know. But hey man, without further ado, that's enough rambling. You know, hopefully that was pretty much to set the stage for. I got a couple scriptures, you know, but we're gonna see what the Spirit does. I'm gonna start here at Matthew 7. This is Matthew 7, and I'm gonna start at 14. It says, this is Matthew 7 and 14. It says, because straight is the gate, and this is talking about here. Let's start at 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way. Amen. Amen. There's multiple different ways that this world can kill your longevity, you know, according to moving in the ways of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. You see it all the time. There's a influx of men who run out of their wits for women, you know. The lust of the flesh, you know, traps a lot of men to the point where, man, they chase the bag, or, you know, they chase to be men pleasers, or they chase their pride to the point where they're overthrown, and their flesh overthrows their spirit, you know. So the scriptures say, man, is broad way to fall, you know. Continuing on, it says, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be with go thereat. Yeah, many there be that go thereat, you know. It says, because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way that leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. And yeah, because man, the scriptures talk about how there's just an elect number in the 1/3 multitude of the nation of Israel that's going to enter into the salvation of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua and not taste of that second death, you know. That's the life that we're looking forward to, you know. And that second death is when the time of Jacob trouble is at hand, you know, and people are perishing by pestilence, famines, you know, the sword. But that ultimate second death is those thermonuclear missiles, you know, that's gonna pretty much eradicate America, Babylon the Great, you know. That is the second death, you know. We looking to enter into life. That's why we move the way we move, you know. That's why we not swayed by the things of the world, you know, things that would throw us off of our pivot, you know, and keep us away from doing the things that are pleasing in the sight of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. You know, that is the attributes that the Lord are looking for according to getting salvation, you know, just doing things that are pleasing unto His will. But continuing on, it says, beware of false prophets. It says, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. So, hey man, it just shows you, you know, like when you guys have seen like certain little animations where a wolf will be in sheep's clothing, and he'll be hanging out in the midst of the sheep, you know. Hey, but going to the topic at hand, hey, you don't know his fruit yet because it ain't produced, you know. That's why, hey man, why, like I said in the beginning, man, this thing is longevity. Because there's a lot of things that can take a man out of this truth, and it don't just start in one little scenario. It's a build up and things that weren't prayed and fasted away, and it just festered and ate away at that man, and to the point where he exploded. You know, hey, that's why the apostles and elders, hey, tell us to be watchful, man. You know, don't be out here like the Brady Bunch. You know, because it's a lot of, it's a, man, we, hey, if you don't think there are spies amongst us, think again. You know, and then rethink that again, because there are definitely spies amongst us. You know, this is the most detrimental thing to Esau society is what we doing. You know, of course World War III has to happen, but even Biden, he looking at Israel funny now, or Benjamin not a Jew, he looking at him funny now, because he like, man, you going too far. I don't want nothing to do with this, because he know it'll destroy America. But hey, man, even what is going on in the sense of war doesn't compare to what we are doing here in the spirit, you know, and the elites know that. So if you think there ain't spies amongst us, like I said, rethink that, and then rethink it again, you know. We are on the I think it's called the groups. I mean, I forget how they list the groups, you know. It slips my mind. My memory is not the sharpest, you know. That's why I have to go over. Hey, like the like the apostles always say, you know, hey, they were taught to go over the same things over and over and over and over and over, because we don't use our full capacity of our brain, you know. Hey, that's we have to constantly go over things so we can remember, especially the scriptures. But anyway, you know, I'm all over the place a little bit, you know. But you know, we have to be mindful of the times that we're in. You know, it says, verse 16, you shall know them by their fruits. And yeah, if you check out, hey man, if you check out IUIC now, and Bishop Nathaniel and the way he runs his congregation, and you could tell a lot of them men ain't locked into the spirit. Hey man, he's okay with them going out only during the summertime, when it feels good outside. You know, when it's comfortable for them to do the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, scriptures talk about denying yourself. You know, so hey man, we seeing these men by their fruits. You know, so you can't really look at a guy for first face value, because hey man, I'm sure they thought Nate was a cool guy. He was a man of the Lord. What you still, hey man, we never know who isn't a man of the Lord, you know. But you know, hey, look at how he was around, and then he went left. He turned his back. He told lies, you know, and then he double backed on them lies and never apologized, you know. So hey, even with what's his name, the head of Sakari, you know. Damn, my head ain't right today. But anyway, the head of Sakari, you know, he came up under the leadership and the tutelage of GMS, and then hey, at the opportunity, he turned his back, you know. So like I said, this thing is about longevity and you know, and endurance. You see? And hopefully I'm making sense, you know. A lot of different scenarios are just popping in my head as I go along in this lesson. But hey man, continuing on, it says, even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit. It says, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. And that's right. That's what you're seeing. You seeing multiple different varieties of fruit being brought on the surface, and sprouting, and pollinating the world with with their doctrines, man. You know, it says every good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. It says every tree that bringeth forth not forth good fruit is hewed down, and that's what's about to happen, man. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is gonna get he's gonna make good on his word based on you false prophets that teach in deception. You teach heresies and lies and doctrines of devils. The Lord's about to make good on his word by taking you out. And he's gonna do it in the midst of your congregation. Your people are gonna know that that you lied, and they're gonna know that a prophet was truly amongst them. But it says every tree that bringeth forth good fruit is hewed down and cast into the fire. Yup. It says, and that reminds me of Ezekiel 22, where it talks about how those false prophets, deceived the people, but he gonna leave them here and melt them, because a lot of prophets are prophesying lies, It says, whereunto by their fruits ye shall know them. Yep, and you really gonna know a man by his fruits when you see him, see the strangeness of his salvation, and the world has their eyes set on the elect being taken out of this place, and they're gonna be like, man, and is that who I had in derision? Let me get Mark 4, and I'm gonna end it. This is Mark 4:7. No, I think it's 14. Yeah. And this is talking about, hey man, how the Lord's mouthpiece is pushing out the doctrine, and they're planting the seed, but the Most High gives the increase, But this parable of the sower and the seed is going into the word being placed in different vessels, and that vessel being able or not able to receive the word that's been planted, And this Mark 4:14, it says the sower soweth the word, and these are they by the wayside, and these are they by the wayside where the word sown, and when they have heard, Satan cometh immediately and take away the word that is sown in their hearts. Right. And why is that? For whatever reason, Satan is going about the earth looking about who he can devour. So if it's not meant for you to get it, you better believe Satan there, chomping at your heels, ready to take everything that just been sown in you out of you. That is Satan's job on the left hand side of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, in order to execute his judgment. Everything that happens here on the planet Earth, whether it be good, whether it be evil, whether it be the issues of death or life, it all belongs to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And that's what we keep trying to tell people, so they can get an understanding of the power that we serve. But they love the Roman Catholic doctrines. They like the things that Christianity has taught them, or what these Israelite Christians that be going way left teach them. These people love that. But hey, man, they're ever learning, but not able to come to the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, and it's gonna be to your demise. You know, it's not like you ain't been warned. Continuing on, verse 16, it says, and these are they likewise which are sown on stony ground. Yeah, you got seed that are sown on stony ground. You know, and what's gonna produce on stony ground? Nothing. You know, if anything, it might get a little bit of hydration. You know, a little bit of nourishment. It might sprig a little stem enough to be like, yeah, I'm Israelite. And then that bad boy wither away. You know? All right now. So hey we hey, that's why we not quick to credit a man, you know. Hey, man, that's work that has to be done. It's a lot of obstacles and hurdles that you have to jump in order to, the scriptures talk about denying this world, you know. And that's a heavy statement, because when it comes to denying this world, you know, you put off everything, you know. Of course you do what you got to do, but hey, man, you like, man, my family, if they ain't locked into the truth, it is what it is. You know these jobs ain't shit. You know this money system ain't shit. You know, so you have to completely disconnect yourself. You know, so a lot of things can take a new guy out. You know, because he didn't consider the latter end of what he was investing his time in. You know. And this is a all-in kind of a thing, you know. This ain't a half foot in, half foot out, you know, hokey pokey and around the truth. Nah, man, this is the all-in, you know. You like the poker guys say, all in. That means you put all your goods and everything that you have, you placing it on this one bet, you know. And this is a safe bet. You see, you have to be all in. And hey, man, certain things, it's gonna be ups and downs, you know, when it comes to this walk. But you cannot waver in faith, you know, because the Lord's gonna try you, man, when it comes to, if you come to serve Him. You see. But continuing on, it says. It says, when they have heard the word, immediately received it with gladness. Talking about still the ones who were planted on stony ground. Like I said, hey, that little thing that sprouted out, that little stem. I'm an Israelite. He received it and was glad. Let's see what it says. And have no root in themselves, and so endure, but for a time. Yeah. So they come out. They hear the word. They sprout a little bit, and then they that thing just wither away. You know, to the point where now, you pretty much back in the world. You know, you back dead in the truth. You know, it says, and have no root in themselves. It says, and so endure but for a time. Afterwards, when affliction, persecution ariseth for the word's sake, immediately they are offended. You know, and that happens. Like I said, if you're like I said in the beginning of the lesson, man, there's an influx of men who run out of their wits for their women. You hear that being talked about still to this day. I was watching the Chicago Brothers last night, and they was talking about a guy who fell out over his woman. I was listening to Apostle Gabar yesterday, who was talking about a guy back from the time of One West when he first came in, how he fell out over his woman. Is that jobs can do that, you know, being embarrassed, you know, for the word's sake can do that, you know. So it's about that longevity that you have in this truth that really makes you. You know, or makes you eligible for salvation. And that don't get me wrong. There's gonna be some at the last end that's gonna wake up, you know. But if the Lord wakes you up now, just know you gotta take it all on the chin, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and with that, you know, you don't switch up what's been taught to you. You continue on in the things that you have learned. It says, and these are they which are sown among thorns, such as hear the word, and the cares of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches, and the lust of other things enter in and choke the word. It says, and it becomes unfruitful. Yep. And we talked about those kind of examples that come about, you know. It says, and these are they which are sown on good ground, and such as hear the word and receive it and bring forth fruit, some 30, some 60, some 100. And what does that mean? You know, they stood stiffly, you know. They all the spiritual nutrients that the Lord was giving unto them, you know, all the spiritual growth, you know, they took heed to it and they grew by it, you know. And then they had other men that watched them, and they got pollinated by their good fruits, you know, and their good fruit actions. So, hey, we are in the times where, hey, you just do what you got to do, you know. You continue to endure for the namesake of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and hey, man, the rest is gonna be handled. Don't worry about your woman. Don't worry about your kids. Don't worry about these jobs. You know, forget what this world can do for you. You know, hey, because greater is our power that's with us than the power of this world. You know, the power of this world has been set up by our power. So, you know, let that sink in. But anyway, I think I'm gonna leave it off there. You know, I'm gonna end up by giving all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakodash. Once again, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect.